Good morning, folks. Welcome to stage 2. I'm just out cycling the route again, just seeing what's going on, looking out for things that are around me, so that I can first of all see if I've got a good spot. And the second thing as well, just sort of like, see who's about. And when the helicopters fly over with the camera and that, I can maybe more easily identify the spot or the location I'm in as well. And this morning, today's sort of like aspect, as well as the race, is about how I get to find where I'm going to park, where the information is and all that kind of stuff. And one of the things I'm doing is showing you what all the arrows and signage means. And yeah, this is a good example. So I was coming down this way, caning it about 30 miles an hour, banking and expecting to go down that route there. But no, see, it's that way. So all the signs are telling me that the route's that way and not that way, so it's a very close call there. What they may do later is section that off with some of those roadblock things that are probably sat right there. They'll probably move and section that off there, because the riders will be, well, probably doubling whatever speed I'm doing. So much so that on the way here yesterday, yeah, that guy nearly did exactly the same thing as me then. So yeah, on the way here yesterday, a cyclist overtook me in the van coming down lanes like this, because obviously I'm really taking it very easy, things in the back, expensive van and all that kind of stuff, and I don't want all my stuff wrecked, bouncing around the bends and everything like that. So yeah, I overtook a guy on the way up the hill. On the way back down, he come caning it past me, and then at the bottom pulled over and that, and we had a chat just to say, like, he said thanks for spotting me. It's like, well, yeah, you got to have your wits about you around these lanes anyway, because there's no sort of light, apart from you can see a white line there, but there's no line marking in the middle of the road, so you've got to have your wits about you anyway. Yeah, the Spanish police had really been massive killjoys on where you can park and where you can't park. I mean, it took me 3 hours from leaving the last stage to getting where I am now, because of just limitations on where I could park. Stunning location though, yesterday and today. Mountain views and everything, a little bit of overcast, but other than that, absolutely brilliant. So it's a very scenic location for the 2 stages so far. So this is what I mean by police cordoning off everything. So I'm sure the locals would love to park there, but yeah, all the locals are set up. We've got all the tables out and everything. Some have got marquees out, so they're all going to be enjoying themselves. No doubt there's going to be loads of people over there as well later on. So as it shoots through this little village, they're going to have hundreds of people cheering them on. And people go all out decorating the vans. Sponsors give more placards and that to people they know are going to get a good spot. So yeah, this guy's probably got all his gear out, and the sponsors come past and give him loads of flags and everything. So they're getting all set up. Absolutely brilliant. I can't tell you how thankful I am, 33 miles an hour down hills like that, for the hydraulic brakes this thing's got. Tiny little disc hydraulic brakes. But yeah, coming down hills like that really does make a very big difference, because they're quite steep. So after 3 hours of searching yesterday, this is the spot we've got. Tucked out the way as much as possible so the police don't bother us. That's signed off by about 3 or 4 different police officers now, that's significantly out of the way for them, and we can park there. In fact, we stayed there last night, but it took 3 hours to find this spot and to convince, I think it was 2 or 3 different lots of police officers, that it was all right staying there. So yeah, stage 2 all ready to go. Some of the signs have been put out, which I'm quite happy about now, because that one there, I'm going to put some camera gear on it. Just so that as it goes over the side of the railings, it's going to get a better view of that sort of switchback on the corner there. So yeah, thanks to Haute de Scene Department Sportif for putting your signs up. And it's just started to rain as well, so I best get my bike put away. And yeah, start editing stage 1 for you, because that's that far behind. I didn't eat anything last night until I think it was about 10:30. Such is the life. Right, so I'm just uploading stage 1, or it's uploaded actually, just ready to publish. Hope you like that one. But yeah, the rain has arrived, so so we're just going to get all the stuff out to decorate the van. Mandy and I are parked together today, simply because she couldn't find a decent spot to park in. So her van is just in front. The Leclerc people have been passed and give us a couple of them for advertising. And hopefully within the next hour, we should have the caravan. So yeah, Mandy had a bad experience yesterday with the police stopping her from doing all sorts of things. So I found this spot thinking it would be in the middle of nowhere. As you've seen, no one around at all. It's packed. There must be around 50 or 60 people all around here now. So I don't know where they've come from, but yeah, they're everywhere. So yeah, it's a good atmosphere going on. Unfortunately, like I say, it's been a bit raining, even though it's not forecast to do so. So one thing it does mean on a day like today is my iPhone is waterproof. The Insta360 X3 is, and the Osmo Action version 3 is. But those two nice cameras that capture lovely slow-mo and everything like that, they are not waterproof. So if it carries on raining, it's just, yeah, 3 cameras today, not the full 5 cameras. And yeah, I'm not even using the drone at the moment because yesterday and obviously today the weather's just not been right for the drone. Oh, I'm calling it. Enough is enough. I'm absolutely drowned. But yeah, certain levels of waterproofness of camera gear should mean that you got to see a little bit of the action. It was a very brief caravan. There's that much water coming out of my hat. Hey ho. Yeah, so it's a very brief caravan. Probably because the small roads where we are that they all can't go on. So tomorrow we'll probably choose quite a wide, easy kind of like route stage meal, maybe. Tomorrow's stage ends near Biarritz, I think, something like that. So it's back from Spain into France. So we'll probably head into the French side near the finish. Yeah, fair enough. It's 20 degrees. It's not freezing, but I can't imagine cycling in this weather. It's going to be awful. That's what you get when you come watch Tour de France. You get whatever you're given. Right, I'm going to change my shirt, try and dry it off before everything else comes, and possibly have a bit of scran. So obviously a lot of people say it's really difficult trying, just looking at normal maps or road maps or anything like that, even Google Maps, and understanding where it is, and you got to know this road junction and that road number. Simply, within 2 clicks of 2 different websites, I've got an app, I've got a file, the file overlays the location of where I am on the route that's being displayed. I just find out where I want to park up and then say, right, take me there. Or I drive the route and see where I want to park up along the route. So yeah, I don't think it's that difficult. I don't think there's that much route planning going into it. At most, I might sit there one night and just have a few spots, favourites along the route, or I might use it to sort of like get myself halfway into the route, and then from that I then might follow the route map for the rest of it. So I'm kind of like, yeah, if I go there first, I'll see what that one's like, and I might get there and go, nah, it's rubbish, I'll carry on. Or I might get there and go, it's rammed, which has been the case for the last two stages, it felt like people have been camped out for days and days and days. I used this website to download everything. Stage 2, load stage 2, stage 3. So it's Pajam cycling. It looks like pajama cycling. That's kind of how I remember it, stupid as it is anyway. And it obviously tells you all about the stage, gives you all the stats and everything else. Yeah, you just download the route and save it to the files program on the app, and then go back into a new app, which is this one. GPX Viewer 2 is the app that I use to read that GPX file that we just downloaded. It'll list all the files and you can import them. Press the little plus sign at the top there, and you can import the files. So it can take some time to load up all the different files, and like I say, just click the plus sign up there and take it to your files app, load it up, and then from here, so I want to do stage 3, it then shows you the course. And within the settings here, display position is the only one that I think is, you know, vital, because what it means then is you can get yourself on the course anywhere and see it, which means then you can drive the course even if the signs aren't out, which the signs are really good anyway, but you can drive the course. Because most of the time so far I'm trying to pick a different spot where I think the action's going to be good, but obviously nearer the end there's more breakaway groups normally, or there's a bit more action going on, so hopefully we might get a little bit more action being this close to the end. So now I've got the maps loaded up, what I can do, like I said, is set my sat nav up so it guides me to where I want to start, you know, sort of following the route, and then I can use that route map to actually make sure I'm on the right road and I'm following the route. And if you can see down the bottom of the screen as well, it shows the elevation peaks. So this means that as I'm actually driving the route, I know where the, you know, the climbs are going to be, or the drop off for the climbs, special stages, the start, the finish, all that kind of thing. I apologize for the slightly shaky footage here, but obviously I'm using my phone that I would normally otherwise film on, for, you know, following and then demonstrating what it is that I'm doing by following the route. So I'm actually handheld camera here and it's not great, but anyway, as we just passed another sort of thing, these arrows at the side of the road are important as well. The arrows like this one will tell you whether there's, for the cyclist generally, there's something in the road they need to go around, like traffic islands and things like that. However, it's the arrows themselves which are the directional arrows to tell you where the route's going to go. So sometimes it can be, you know, like a right turn, or just the arrow will be straight up, left or right or whatever, and that's really your biggest clue to following the route, where the route is going to go, to make sure you stay on the route while you try and find somewhere to park up and watch the action. Well, that was cool, and the rain just held off before they got here. And now we're just got to take everything down, put the vans back into normal driving mode. That's the vans back to normal. All the stuff off. I just got to wait for everyone to make their way down the hill. And then, yeah, hopefully back on the road and get going. Right, well, that was a much easier trip from basically where I was parked up at stage 2 to where I'm going to be parked up where I am parked up. I will be parked up for stage 3. You get the idea anyway. So it only took about an hour and 10 minutes, and that included 2 stops. One to get some snacks, some Crispies, some beer, some donuts, and fill up as well, because Spanish diesel is muchos cheaper than anywhere else. And yeah, there was one point where a farmer let his sheep all over the road as well. So it's just a lay-by near a road, nearer to the end of stage 3, but they're going to be rushing past here. But it's just to gain a bit of a different perspective of the tour. It can't always be mountain road. Have you told them about you being cheaper on the toll than me?
Yeah, I was €1 cheaper on the toll road than John. She looks for the back of my van and she goes, no, and then slides me €1 back.
So not fair.
Oh, they all love it.
Short people, you see, you always moan him, but you get things for cheap.
It's not me. She didn't look at me and say that. Crikey, it's sweetest.
Yeah, we had to use a toll road to get past all the road closures, because even though the stage isn't happening yet in Spain, they've shut all the roads off. But today's racing was really good. I haven't yet watched, I've only watched it live up to the point where obviously I then got out and filmed it coming past and waved out and cheered and everything. So yeah, thing to do now is just get set up, relax a little bit, have some tea, and watch the actual stage today on telly to see what happened. I've already been sent a picture. Mandy's tagged it on Instagram as well. Someone spotted us, so that was quite cool. So yeah, there we go.